Hello, welcome to another Tonalist landscape oil painting demonstration. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the painting I am bringing you today is called Morning Bay. It's a 7 by 14, and I painted it mostly back in, I'd say, February, March of this year. It features what's called a Pohutukawa tree, a very popular tree by the seaside here in Northland, New Zealand. They are really fascinating trees. However, they require a great deal of simplification to pull off, and it took me years to actually get the hang of it. And this is a good place to just point out a tip for you. I've brought this up time and time again, but it bears repeating, especially if you use photographic reference. You need to simplify all of the elements of your reference in your painting. As a matter of fact, the word reference should be key in your mind. You don't want to just duplicate the photo and paint. There are people that do this. They're called photorealists, and all of their work looks the same. And why would you want that to be you? If you're not expressing yourself and your interpretation of your response to nature, then what's the point of doing a landscape painting? I just don't get it. So, commentary, but also a good tip for you there. Always simplify. Always be more than happy and willing to deviate from the photo reference in any way. Eliminate branches if it's a tree. Don't paint every little single clump of clouds. Definitely group your shadow shapes. That's a really big important one. Try not to have isolated little shadow shapes that just sort of give you kind of a polka dot effect. What you want to do is link up your shadows. Wow, excellent tips all the way around, and that's why you should like this video, please, and comment as well, please. Just say only positive, nice comments. Because we know that I just can't handle criticism, so so don't do it. Don't criticize your free video. It's not good manners. Yeah. Yeah, like it, comment, share it if you're of a mind to. That's always great. Apparently, that just makes the YouTube robot ecstatic with glee, and it will put my video in front of everyone, and I can have a super giant channel with, hundreds of thousands of views, and you'll be there watching, and you'll be going, oh, I remember when he used to say he loved us. No, I'm kidding. I'm doing lyrics from a Neil Diamond song. Never mind. Anyway, I've been watching a really, good channel on YouTube. Guy, don't mind pointing him out to you. It's called Draw Mix Paint. Oh, this guy's got some great tips. He's really doing it right. I'm sharing demonstrations of my Tonalist paintings. Basically, I just like recording my paintings and sharing them on YouTube. But I'll try and get you some tips. But this guy's he's doing some honest to goodness teaching. It's good stuff. Okay, we're back. Sorry, had to sneeze, then had to adjust the pressure cooker, making some dinner. Which is, speaking of, it's like 5:30 at night, or in the late afternoon. I guess you would say night because it's winter here in the southern hemisphere. And this is July 20th, which is the day you're going to hear it. Wow, because it'll be tomorrow. Had a long day at the shop and the studio today. Did some very interesting work, some very interesting painting, figurative painting actually, and I'm real happy with the way it turned out. I'm actually utilizing some master sort of techniques, and I've done some figurative work, but this is really the first time I've sort of followed an approach that was supposedly that of Caravaggio, and it's looking really good. I'm really stoked. So that was a good day. I'm a bit fatigued, but I thought, well, I'll get this done because I'm already kind of a little behind. Normally I would have got a video to you in the middle of the week, but circumstances conspired against it, and it's all good. Listen, if you show up and there is no video, go to my channel and scroll down for any amount, and I guarantee you that there's hundreds of videos that you probably haven't watched. I mean, I don't know how many of you have watched all 530 or so videos of mine, but I'd be willing to bet it's within the number 10. I don't think anyone's that dedicated to sit there and watch every single video I put out. I've seen them all, but then again, I am, I am involved with the channel. So anyway, let's talk about this this other guy's channel. Why not? Draw, Mix, Paint puts out really good video. I saw one today where he was talking about keeping your strokes abstract, and he was just showing his approach to painting the background, say that you would have in a portrait, and varying your brush strokes and having an abstract quality. And I'm a big believer in that. And but I have a different language that I've always used. Pardon me, a little sniffle there from that sneeze. I tend to put it in terms of fracture or interweaving brush strokes. So, or I tend to put it in terms of not overworking your painting, which what happens when you keep working on the painting is that all the fresh expressive strokes you did just become smaller and smaller. They turn into little like rice grain strokes, and that can be an okay look. In fact, for some people that look constitutes a style. You can actually do the rice grain style. I don't think it's a great approach. I prefer to have expressive brushwork that I'll admit to you is, to me, I look at it and sometimes think it's a bit funky and a bit flawed. But that was another point. This other guy I was listening to today, I don't remember his name, but he was kind of lecturing about the practice of being an artist. And it wasn't just being a painter, but he was talking about letting things go. And even though they were maybe quite far away from your initial vision, and maybe even further away from your aesthetic sense of what would be appropriate and great and good to look at. So, yeah, that's good stuff. Hey, just let it go. In fact, what you'll find is if you let it go, there will be one of two things that happens. Pardon me for the sniffle. I did spare you the sneeze, so. One of two things will happen if you let it go. One, you'll come across the painting later on, you go, well, that wasn't as bad as I thought. It's actually pretty good. Maybe if I just did this one thing and this other thing, it'd be really great. Or you come across the painting later and you go, geez, that was really bad. I hate this painting. I'm going to destroy it. You can take it out on the curb. You can stomp on it. Or you could do something I've done, which is just cover the painting in a layer of burnt umber and then do a new painting over the top. And you've got that kind of interesting texture underneath your new painting. That's a good move because that saves on materials. Also, it's just going to be ever so fascinating to the people researching your body of work in the future with their X-ray scopes and infrared scopes, and who knows, these things might be part of their phones, which might be embedded in their eyeballs, or I don't really know. Anyway, let's talk about this painting a little bit, because I know everyone likes that. So, a lot of simplification, sort of fresh morning colors. To me, the real challenge of this painting is the strong diagonal in the composition, and it's something that I would warn most of you against. However, I feel that because I had the much stronger element of the tree cutting through the diagonal, that it sort of helped to force you back into a loop visually. So I feel like with this sort of composition, you're coming in from the lower left side. Everything I'm talking about is our lower left to or lower right. You're moving in to the middle of the right side because you have this strong arrow. But this tree, you hit the tree and it pulls you up, and then like up vertically. You're in that space, and then I feel you're pushed over, and then you're back in a kind of circle. This is one of the reasons why and this would definitely be helped by having a nice strong dark frame, which would reinforce and contain the whole scene. It's just imagine that, and I believe it's actually a pretty good painting if you look at it from that standpoint. The danger with this sort of composition is that the big triangular shaped wedge of the bay itself could dominate and predominate, and be a distraction. So actually, I've been sitting on this reference a while. This is one of the reasons why I debated even painting it, but pardon me, that should be the last sniffle. But I'm glad I did paint it. I think it's a nice painting, especially like the silhouetted, semi-silhouetted tree. You'll see I'm bringing in more and more elements, but even though I'm bringing in elements within the silhouetted shape, it still is overall much, much darker than the surrounding environment, so that it still visually feels like a silhouette. And if you were to look at it in the thumbnail view, it'd be the little changes I'm making are just a notch or two lighter in value than the original silhouette. So I think it all works pretty good. Yeah. The other thing that's kind of going on here is that I'm using a narrow portion of the color wheel, just going from, say, browns and taupes into purples and then blues, but stopping well short of any actual greens or even oranges or any of that. We have some like warmish yellow tones, but they're kind of almost a complementary yellow that's definitely interacting with the purple. So that's a tonalist approach, and not one. Yeah, it's one of. Hey, it's a trope actually. Pardon me. Oh, I said there was going to be no more sniffles. My goodness. If you don't mind, I'll have a cup of tea just to add insult to injury. Okay, well, we're almost done with this video. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Yeah. I tried to give you a few tips. Basically I'm just a guy making paintings, but I'll be sharing some of my struggles with the Polynesian girls I've been painting. Although, I may have to do it on my other channel because they're only, partially garbed, I guess is how I put it. But yeah, it's a artist's privilege to fully explore the human form in all its myriad and beautiful and wonderful forms. Yeah, well, I could have been even more eloquent there than I was, but yeah, it's been a long day. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and this painting will be up in my store. I still got it. I still got this one. So traipse on over. Go ahead and support me there by purchasing a painting. Why not? It's a great way to, first of all, get an affordable original painting. But second of all, it helps keep the videos going. Helps keep my life going. Yeah, I got the bills too, just like we all do. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's great to be a painter, and it's great to be able to record and share my work on this mass medium. And oh, actually, there is a little green there. I veered into the green zone slightly. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk with you real soon. I'll have another video up real soon. Thank you for joining me today, and do me a favor, please. Take good care of yourself and your family, all of your loved ones. Even, say a kind word for your enemies too. Why not? And while you're doing that, do me another favor. Stay out of trouble.